A midsummer sports dream this weekend on Sky Sports. The cream of world golf, including Nick Faldo, will be competing for the honours. The second major of the year, the US Open. Find out who'll get their hands on the silver at the Direct Line tennis final in Manchester. Down under, it's a needle match as Rugby League World Champions Australia start their test series against the Kiwis in Auckland. And there'll be more champions at work at the Jersey Open. Big European names make this another major addition to your schedule. So tune in on Saturday from 1 for the Direct Line tennis final, then round 3 of the US Open at 6. And start Sunday with International Rugby League at 3 a.m. with the final round from the Jersey Open at 3 p.m. followed by the climax of the US Open at 6. This weekend on Sky Sports.
From Michelin, tyres that allow you to choose the colour of your driving. The Pilot CX for luxury driving. Pilot SX for demanding driving. And Pilot HX for long-distance driving. High-performance tyres for your colour of driving. Michelin Pilot.
New Galaxy Dove Ice Cream. Galaxy Chocolate makes ice cream supreme.
Now for the good of your dog, improved recipe Pedigree Chum. Specially balanced to be completely in tune with your dog's system, it's more digestible, more enjoyable than ever. Top breeders agree.
I recommend the improved recipe Pedigree Chum for all dogs, even for dogs that found it too rich.
He's put on body and coat and condition, and he's a happier dog.
For fitness you can see in a dog. Improved recipe Pedigree Chum.
The Rover 200. The excitement is unreal.
Have you caught new corn pops? They taste just like crunchy popcorn. They're new from Kellogg's. The great taste of crunchy popcorn. They're from Kellogg's. Corn pops. They're great as part of this nutritious breakfast. Just like crunchy popcorn. You gotta catch new corn pops.
A few friends round last night, Mum.
One or two.
Yeah, you're gonna need a hand.
Oh, is that an offer? Thanks. Here's the flash.
What's wrong with this? Race ya.
You're on. Even in water, Flash is faster on this tough, greasy stuff. Come on, give it some welly.
How did you do that?
Go on.
You've done this before. That's great, Mum. I'll use Flash after my party.
What party?
Flash cleans greasy grime in half the time.
Here are the latest headlines from Sky News.
Hello, I'm Vivian Krieger. Spurs boss Terry Venables is facing a £100,000 legal bill after losing his court battle with chairman Alan Sugar. America is sending more attack helicopters to Somalia after UN forces launched their first daylight raid on the capital, Mogadishu. The Muslim town of Gorazda is reported to be in flames tonight after a day of fierce bombardment from Serb forces. There was a courtroom outburst today from the mother of Leeds teenager Julie Dart at the trial of Michael Sams, who denies murdering her. There are hopes tonight of an end to the 5-month dispute at the troubled Timex plant in Dundee after the sudden departure of the company's president. And the seeds for this year's Wimbledon tournament have brought a downgrading for current champion Andre Agassi. He's only made it in at number 8.
Sky News. On the hour, every hour. This is Sky Sports, a part of the British Sky Broadcasting Network.
This week, Sky Sports brings you unequalled coverage of the 1993 United States Open Golf Championship from Baltusrol Golf Club, Springfield in New Jersey, just 30 minutes drive from New York. Our programs begin with the early rounds on Thursday at 3:30 p.m. until 8 o'clock, and then again on at 9 p.m. up to midnight. On Friday, we again start at 3:30, leave briefly for live evening racing at 6:30 with the winning post, then continue golf from 8 o'clock until midnight. The third round on Saturday starts at 6 p.m. and continues until close of play at around 11 o'clock. And the final round on Sunday follows the same pattern as Saturday, 6 o'clock through to the climax around 11 o'clock. As I said, unequaled coverage of the 93rd US Open Golf Championship. By way of a taster for the next 3 days and repeated this week, Sky Sports is running a short series of past action. Here we'll look at the recent history leading up to the 1990 US Open, which took place at Medinah in Chicago.
A determined Curtis Strange facing the shot of his life. That brilliant stroke on the 72nd hole of the 1988 U.S. Open at the Country Club led to the young Virginian's first Open title. Strange fought his way to victory again in 1989 at Oak Hill. The first one, he said, had been for his dad, who had died when Curtis was 14. This one was for Curtis and his wife, Sarah, to savor. With his back-to-back titles, Strange became the first man since Ben Hogan in 1950 and 1951 to win 2 straight national championships. Only Willie Anderson in 1903, 4, and 5 had won 3 in a row. So Curtis Strange begins his quest at Medinah, playing host to its 3rd United States Open Golf Championship. Behind me, you see the clubhouse. It certainly looks more Middle East than Middle West. That's because originally the club was affiliated with the Nobles of the Mystic Shrine. More about that later on. But if there's one word that describes what it takes to win here at Medinah, that word is patience. That's why 2 very patient men, Terry Middlecoff and Lou Graham, were the winners the last 2 times that the Opens were held here. But Willie Anderson isn't the only ghost of Opens past standing between Strange and victory at Medinah. Patience describes Hale Irwin, another 2-time champion who had received a special invitation to a place in Open history. The United States Golf Association proudly presents the 90th playing of the U.S. Open Championship. Hail storms Medinah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 90th United States Open Championship. This is the 7 o'clock starting time. Player number 1 is Britt Tuttle of Orlando, Florida. Play away, please.
Britt Tuttle was one of a record 6,198 entrants for the 1990 Open and one of the lucky 156 to make it to Medinah. Tuttle joined an all-star international cast that included Japan's sleight-of-hand artist Isao Aoki, West Germany's sometimes brilliant Bernhard Langer, the Japanese strongman Jumbo Ozaki, new Australian challenger Steve Elkington, the steady South African David Frost, and an English hope, Mark James. But most of the attention on this soggy Thursday morning was focused on Curtis Strange as he began his quest for a 3rd straight title, stalking the fairways of Medinah Country Club in suburban Chicago. Simply teeing off added to Jack Nicklaus' list of Open records.
I've played ever since I was 17 years old, and I'm now 50. I've had 34 straight Opens. I played quite a few of them. I've enjoyed every one of them.
The number 3 course at Medinah had not yielded a 72-hole score under par in the 1949 and 1975 Opens. But heavy overnight rains delayed the start of play a half hour Thursday morning and left the course soft and receptive to the shots of the game's most skilled players. Wet conditions and a little wind equal red numbers on the scoreboard. Medinah was there for the taking. Stolid Tim Simpson was among the first to take advantage of the course's weakened condition. Simpson played bogey-free golf, hitting every fairway and almost every green, giving himself ample opportunity for birdies. His 7-iron at 17 left him with this putt for his 6th birdie of the day. It's in all the way, and Tim Simpson moves to 6 under in the first round. This putt on the home hole would give Simpson a new course record of 65. Well, the record would have been nice, but Simpson will gladly tap in for a par that will end a near-perfect round of golf.
I just had my irons going right at it, but I drove the ball extremely well. I hit every fairway and every green. Just never got in trouble.
Jeff Sluman saw Simpson's sizzling 66 on the scoreboard as he attacked the defenseless Medina greens on what had turned into a sunny afternoon. Oh, he has to like that one. That 9-iron leaves him with this 5-footer for his 6th birdie of the day. And he's got it. Jeff Sluman has a share of the lead. Sluman now on the 18th hole, putting for a birdie that would give him a course record 65. Almost. But like Tim Simpson, Sluman will tap in for a 66 and go home happy tonight. After 2 years of injuries and illness, Sluman appears to be back on his game. One player who always seems to be on his game at the Open is the 1987 champion, Scott Simpson. This 20-footer on the 18th would give Scott a course record and sole possession of the lead. Well, his final shot of the day will be his shortest, but Scott Simpson has joined Jeff Sluman and Tim Simpson at the top of the leaderboard and earned a pat on the back. Mike Donald is a less familiar name on U.S. Open leaderboards. But shots like this 4-iron on the 199-yard 13th hole will change that. This 22-footer now for a birdie. And that makes him 4 under for the day. Another birdie opportunity for Donald on the tough 16th hole. His 4th birdie in the last 5 holes has moved the 34-year-old Georgian to within 1 shot of the lead. And just in case someone still hasn't gotten the point, how about this? Donald drives or putts it home with this creative shot on the 17th hole. He'll finish at 5 under for the day. Shots like this on the 18th by Steve Jones have him in contention for the first round lead. And he'll have just that left to improve on his 4 under score. Jones wraps it firmly into the hole to join Mike Donald at 5 under, 1 stroke off the lead. Even the USGA junior champion, David Duval, with a 72, joins the attack on Medina. 36 of the 156 players in the field finished under par, more than in any previous round of a U.S. Open. So it's the Simpsons and Sluman. Hale Irwin hanging close with a quiet 69. Curtis Strange, he's in with 73. Strange was struggling at 2 over par as he stood over this putt on the 18th hole. There is no quit in Curtis. If Medina gets the better of this tough competitor this week, it won't be without a fight. As he leaves the 18th green, his sights are set on tomorrow. The Medina track was heavy again on Friday as Jeff Sluman, the first of Thursday's leaders to play, launched a 3-iron second shot to the 16th green. Sluman had 15 straight pars before this hole, but made that 3-footer for his first birdie of the day. So on to 17. Sluman with a 7-iron on the 168-yard hole. Well, it's not in the hole, but it's close enough for his second birdie and a second round 70. Scott Simpson is the second of Thursday's leaders to take on Medina. Simpson, after back-to-back bogeys on 12 and 13, has this wedge left for his third shot on the 545-yard 14th hole. And Scott will make that for a birdie, but finish at 1 over 73 for the day. Tim Simpson is the last of Thursday's trio of leaders to take to the course. After a bogey at 2, he has this 40-footer from the front fringe on 3. And he's got it. Tim Simpson back to 6 under for the championship. Tim, still even for the round, has this 15-foot putt for a birdie on the par 3 13th. Steady as you go, Mr. Simpson. Now another birdie opportunity for him after a 4-iron to the back fringe on 16. This one from 18 feet. And Tim Simpson is 8 under and tied with Sluman. Simpson with a 6-iron for his second shot on the 440-yard 18th hole. And he's in position for yet another birdie. That is safely in, and Tim Simpson is the leader after 2 rounds at 9 under par. Mike Donald, still out on the course, has a 9-iron on 11. And he'll make that for a birdie. Donald now even par for the day, hitting a 6-iron on 17. And he'll make that 12-footer to go 6 under for the championship. Donald, who had led the first round of the 1990 Masters and then collapsed, shows no signs of breaking at Medina. Oh, he's put that 4-iron second shot on 18 to within 10 feet of another birdie. And now the birdie putt. All around the hole, but in. Mike Donald has added a 70 to his first round 67 and has every reason to feel proud.
Experience the thrill of live evening horse racing on Sky Sports. Join us at some of Britain's finest courses for top-class racing. A summer of evening meetings continues with live and exclusive action from Goodwood and Newmarket. So join us at the Winning Post, Friday at 6:30 on Sky Sports.
Life was full of ups and downs for Mrs. Lawrence. Although what really gave her the hump was what she had in her cupboards. But then Bachelors gave her a helping hand with special savoury rice. Aromatic rice and vegetables spiced with ginger and coriander. It was so delicious, it wasn't only the rice that was stirred. Special savoury rice, another helping hand from Bachelors.
You know the fastest way to solve crime, Wallace?
Transfer to another division, sir.
Get inside the criminal mind, Wallace. Our suspect rang the Share Information Office. What about his accomplices? How will they register?
Like Edith, sir.
It's too obvious, Wallace.
They'll go to a share shop. But how will you know who they are?
Instinct, Wallace? He's one.
Move in, lad. One in the gown. No, not that one in the gown. The other one. No, over here.
Register for information on 081 200 3000 or with a share shop, and you could qualify for incentives.
Nah, didn't bother with no TV license. I mean, you think, they won't get me, and they didn't. While I'm at work, they got the wife. Right in the middle of the kids' party, with all the other mums watching. Anyway, now I got a TV license.
And a big fine.
And a lot of aggravation.
Does it think? Why does it breathe? Questions anyone would ask about a man if they'd never seen one before. So for 5 days, a man was borrowed. Fire in the sky.
Hi, I'm Arnie. Or Becker, that is.
I want you to fight for me, Mr. Becker. And I want you to fight for me hard.
And I'll be back.
Do you have a hard policy against getting sexually involved with clients.
Look, this is one of those classically embarrassing moments. It's the law. LA law.
That's Wednesday at 9 on Sky One.
Mark Brooks, who missed the cut in his 4 previous opens, is making a move on the front 9. This wedge shot to the par 5 fifth hole leaves him with just a 5-footer for his second birdie of the day. A 4-iron on the par 4 6th hole has left Mark with a 20-footer for another birdie. And Mark Brooks is 3 under for the day, 7 under for the championship. Brooks now with a wedge for his 3rd shot on the 581-yard 7th hole. And that one will pull back to the front fringe, 30 feet away from another birdie opportunity. This one has a big break, but he'd like to get it close. Close. Close enough, all right. And Mark Brooks says, nothing to it, guys. Brooks better not say that to Ian Woosnam, who is 7 under par, but in the rough to the left of the 17th hole. Ooh, just a little too cute with that one. Trying to save a bogey now. And the wee Welshman is talking to himself. Now for a double bogey. Oh, boy. He will tap that one in, but a 3-putt from 4 feet has Ian feeling, well, woozy. Curtis Strange also has been under the weather for several weeks. But shots like this wedge on the par 5 14th could improve his health, his disposition, and his chances of retaining his title. Strange now with a 40-footer on the home hole. And that familiar arm-pumping motion lets the galleries and the rest of the field know that at 1 under, Curtis is still very much in the hunt. Hale Irwin also is staying on the heels of the leaders. Doing it with shots like this one on the 426-yard 16th hole. Hale has missed only 3 greens in 2 days, and he'll finally make that 5-footer to get to 1 under for the day. A 7-iron on 17 has Hale 12 feet from another birdie. This to go 5 under. And he's got it. Hale is justifying that special exemption extended by the USGA. Meanwhile, Greg Norman needs this putt on the 18th to come back tomorrow. All right, the cut at 145 tied an open record for lowest 36-hole cut. So after 36 holes, Tim Simpson is the leader. Hale Irwin is lurking 4 strokes back. Curtis Strange is 8 strokes off the pace. The proud old Medina course, which had surrendered all those red numbers on the scoreboard, was starting to dry out by Saturday morning. Out on the course, Masters champion Nick Faldo tries to ignore the chants of garment workers outside the grounds as he lines up a birdie putt. And in case there was any doubt, Nick lets them know he made it to move to 3 under. Faldo now on 18 with a 9-iron for his second shot. Oh, boy, he'll make that one and move to 4 under par. Seve Ballesteros for a birdie on 18. Finally, I made a putt, he seems to say. The brilliant Spaniard finishes at 1 under for the day, 3 under for 3 rounds, and very much alive in the chase for his first U.S. Open title. Ian Woosnam trying to get back in the hunt as this for a birdie on 6. And that pushes Woozy to 6 under. Woosnam here with another birdie opportunity on the par 5 7th hole. He has it. And Woosnam moves within 1 shot of Sluman, who bogeyed the 2nd hole. Also making a move is Scott Simpson, who birdied the first 2 holes and has this putt on 6 to pick up another stroke. And will it make it? It just trickles in, and Scott finds himself in a familiar place on top of the Open leaderboard, which has Scott and Jeff Sluman tied for the lead. Woosnam, Tim Simpson, and Mike Donald are only 1 stroke back. Sluman needs this putt to save a par and a share of the lead on the 5th hole. Not quite. And Jeff with another par putt on 6. And this one, just short. Now, Sluman drops 2 shots behind Scott Simpson, who has this 9-iron to the 7th green. It's right on line. And almost right in the hole. Scott will move to 4 under for the day and 9 under for the championship. Mike Donald, playing just behind Simpson, has a wedge into the 7th green. And Donald, even par for the day, will have a chance for a birdie. Now the putt to go 7 under. And Mike stays within 2 strokes of Scott Simpson. Up ahead on 13, Billy Ray Brown, playing in his first U.S. Open, is making a move of his own. This 5-iron on the 199-yard hole will get Brown to 4 under for the day, 8 under for the championship. And John Houston, playing in only his 2nd Open, also is making a move up the leaderboard with shots like this one that sets up a birdie on the par 5 14th hole. Scott Simpson leads the Open by 1 over Billy Ray Brown. Mike Donald, Tim Simpson, and John Houston are 2 back. The leader, Scott Simpson, on the 16th tee. And he's hung that one out on the left. And into the trees. That'll cost him a bogey and drop him to 8 under and a tie with Tim Simpson and Mark Brooks, who birdied 14. And now Scott in trouble again on 17. Scott will have to regroup as he sees the lead slipping away. Now with his 3rd shot on the par 3. And that has to roll a long way on this slick service. Look at it go all the way to the front of the green as Scott watches in dismay. Simpson's 3rd straight wedge shot. And that pulls up short. At long last, a chance to putt. This 6-footer for a double bogey. Nope. That will be a triple bogey and could be Scott's Waterloo. And now it's John Houston's turn to face the dreaded 17th. After bogeys at 15 and 16, Houston needs to get it close. And that one has to hurry. And that'll be another bogey. Ian Woosnam also found the water on 17, and now he has this chip for a bogey. Woozy's woes are not over yet. This for a double bogey. Well, he has that one, but Ian Woosnam has lost 5 strokes to par on this hole in 2 days. Billy Ray Brown needs this one to save par on 16. Nope, and Billy Ray joins the leader's retreat on the home 9. 2nd round leader Tim Simpson has lost a stroke to par, but still clings to a 1-stroke lead over Donald, Brooks, and Brown. And here is Simpson with his 3rd shot on the 16th. And that one is headed all the way to the other side of the green. He'll get to try that shot again from the reverse angle. Simpson now trying to salvage a par. That will be a bogey and drop Tim into a 4-way tie at 7 under par. Jeff Sluman now with a par putt on the same hole. Oh, no, that one never had a chance. He'll tap it in for a bogey 5. And Medina has them muttering. Billy Ray Brown with a chance to take sole possession of the lead at 8 under with this putt on 18. But he'll settle for a par and 69 for the day. Mark Brooks for a par on 17. He'll drop to 6 under. Mike Donald now on 17 with a shot at a birdie and the lead. A very tentative stroke on this treacherous green. Jeff Sluman on the tee as the final pairing comes to the dreaded 17. Sluman, who at one point was 5 over for the day, is in position for his 4th birdie in the last 5 holes. Tim Simpson clinging to a share of the lead.
Good. Hit it off.
Oh, and he's going to have a very difficult downhill putt from there. Now here's Simpson just off the green using a putter for this delicate shot. Well, there is just no way to stop the ball on this green short of hitting the hole or the flagstick. So Tim needs this one now to save a par. Tim will have to settle for a bogey 4 and resist the temptation to give the ball a ride. He'll tap that one in and drop 1 stroke off the lead. Now, Jeff Sluman has witnessed Simpson's troubles, and now he has this putt for a birdie. Yes. Sluman's 2nd straight birdie on 17 has pulled him to within 1 stroke of the lead, right where he started the day. 2 new leaders, Mike Donald and Billy Ray Brown, have emerged after 54 holes. The 31 players, including Curtis Strange at 4 under and Hale Irwin at 2 under par, are within 5 strokes of Donald and Brown in this wide-open field of dreams.
It's summer, and suddenly everyone's a hot shot, waiting for the big time, sharpening their skills. Well, take a few lessons from the pros and join the ATP Tour at the Direct Line Men's Championships in Manchester, where it really is showtime. Live every day from Wednesday at 1 on Sky Sports.
Now for the good of your dog, improved recipe Pedigree Chum. Specially balanced to be completely in tune with your dog's system, it's more digestible, more enjoyable than ever. Top breeders agree.
I recommend the improved recipe Pedigree Chum for all dogs, even for dogs that found it too rich.
He's put on body and coat and condition, and he's a happier dog.
For fitness you can see in a dog. Improved recipe Pedigree Chum.
Opal fruit ice. Real fruit juice, frozen around a soft fruit center. Opal fruit ice. Need to refresh you. Need to make your mouth water.